With the birth of vlogging channels in the early 2000s, it was only a matter of time before the gross afterbirth of family vlogging reared its ugly head. Family channels for the most part have fallen out of fashion in recent times, largely down to notorious stories like the Stafer family that gave their adopted son away, thinking no one was gonna notice. Forgetting that despite popular belief, the YouTube audience aren't actually brain dead. But the controversy of these channels didn't stop there. We had husbands cheating on their wives, the faking of babies and miscarriages, and worst of all, abuse filmed and monetized. And I remember in a not so distant past, there was a time where Harry Potter was supposed to be inappropriate for children. The problem I have with family channels is mostly because I just feel bad for the kids. Oh, and the parents involved always look a little unhinged. Today I'm going to talk about a family that have evaded much of the family channel criticism for some time now. Mostly because no one wants to touch this subject because they don't want to seem like they're going after a little kid. And honestly, I was the same going into this. No one wants to be seen as that guy that bullies kids. That was Leafy's job. But really, the kid, he's more of a victim. It's actually the parents I have the issue with. So there's this kid called Ryan who is not even 10 and already makes more money in one day than I make in 4.5 years working in my minimum wage job. And I did the math, that's a fact, and a very depressing one too. Saying Ryan Toys Review is one of the richest YouTube channels on the planet isn't an exaggeration. They've held on to that #1 spot on Forbes for the last 3 consecutive years, pulling in a whopping average of $30 million per year. And here's me over here, not even able to convince my own ma to sub to me on Twitch. The struggle is real. And look, before you cancel me for potentially being a little jealous of a 9-year-old child, I should clarify something. I'm extremely jealous. Borderline bitter, actually. There is a lot of reasons to be jealous of this kid, but there's also just as much reasons to be curious about the intentions of his parents. Some of the things out there about his family are a bit iffy for me. But let's start from the very beginning. Luan Guan, the mother and creator of the Ryan Toys Review channel, was arrested in 2002 for trying to steal $93 worth of clothes from a JCPenney store. The 18-year-old university student was facing 60 days in jail for the Class B misdemeanor, but was given a 6-month probation and a $150 fine, and also ordered to complete 40 hours of community service and submit to random drug testing. She was young. We all make bad mistakes when we were 18. Some mess up more than others, but who am I to judge someone for their mistakes? Oh, yeah. Guan failed to complete any of her community service or report to the community supervisor or pay the fees, so she was rearrested for parole violation in 2003 and was sentenced to 60 days in jail, but she only served 30.
Checkered past. Daily Mail TV has exclusively learned that 7-year multi-million-dollar YouTube star Ryan Coggy's mother has a criminal past.
Especially after the judge went easy on her, I feel like that's like a little bit of that's kind of hard to stick up for you for that reason.
I've seen a lot of media publications that use this particular story to demonize Guan, and I understand what she did was wrong, but again, she was young. And look, I'm a sucker for some character development, and I think that story had just that. After she was released, Guan enrolled at Texas Tech University to become a teacher, and it was there where she met her future husband and Ryan's father, Sean Guan, who she married in 2010. Ryan was born just a year later, and then the year following that, she got her teaching credentials and began teaching high school chemistry. And then we know what happened next. In 2015, she started their YouTube channel, and well, the rest is history. It turned out to be a nice turn of events, but I noticed this controversy was the beginning of a pattern that the family believe that they're somehow above the law and consequences of crimes don't apply to them.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
In October 2017, Karu investigated the Ryan Toys Review YouTube channel, Karu being the Children's Advertising Review Unit. The result of that investigation turned out to be pretty damning, as the family were caught not labelling sponsored content. And if that wasn't bad enough, they were deemed to be promoting inappropriate content such as fast food junk, alcohol and R-rated movies to their preschool audience. And here's the whole YouTube audience thinking Jake Paul was the bad one.
Buy that merch, buy that merch, buy that merch, buy that merch, buy that merch.
The parents replied to the investigation stating, "In light of Kairu's recent recommendations, we will implement procedures to enhance disclosures of connections to brand marketers in accordance with Kairu's voluntary guidelines in this continually expanding field." I guess you could say crisis avoided, fire officially pissed out? Well, not really. Despite the warning, in a typical YouTube fashion, they did absolutely nothing about it. This led to Truth in Advertising filing a complaint in September 2019 with the Federal Trade Commission, alleging that Ryan of Ryan Toys Review is deceiving millions of preschoolers who in their early stages of development cannot tell the difference between advertising and organic content. According to the complaint filed by Tina, almost 90% of the videos uploaded to Ryan Toys Review channel have at least one pet product recommendation for children under the age of 5. But according to the group, the ads were not clearly labelled as such and are often placed alongside non-sponsored content, making it difficult for the children watching to discern what is sponsored. FTC law states that ads must be clearly disclosed in a manner that will be easily understood by the intended audience. Many children do not recognise advertising until they're at least 8 or 9 years old, so many 5-year-olds that are watching aren't going to understand Ryan is talking about a toy because he is being paid millions to do so. Sean Cow, the father, said, "The well-being of our viewers is always the top priority for us, and we strictly follow all platforms' terms and conditions and all the existing laws and regulations, including disclosure requirements." I just find it super interesting that this was their public response to this investigation. Your viewers are a top priority, but yet you've done the absolute bare minimum. Surely even just as a parent there must be some sort of moral code that you can't cross. I had a look at some of the comments from parents and they were certainly interesting to say the least.
Targeting your toddlers like cigarette companies.
I hate this channel.
Incredibly annoying.
Terrible example for children.
Not good for kid behaviour.
Plastic worshipping revenue machine kids creator.
Sad to watch.
Block Ryan Toy Review.
Addictive for my kids.
Waste of time.
I can't wait to see Ryan become an adult.
Obnoxious trash.
Gag.
Spoiled brats.
Exploiting their children.
Ryan Reviews, get off YouTube and Hulu and get a job and Ryan some friends.
Burger King, how are you? Yes, are you guys hiring today? Oh, fantastic. Can I come down today and fill out the application? Oh, great. Thank you. Challenge. Get a fucking job. Do that challenge.
So what we've discussed in this video was in the not so distant past, but if you go to the channel's recent videos, you will see it has changed since then. And notice I said changed, not improved. So this is down to the fact that the channel has become a fully fledged brand, so now instead of sponsored videos, Ryan plays with toys that are made by his company, so it's technically a sponsored post, but it's not really in the grand scheme of things. There is no rules saying that an influencer can't promote their own products. But it's all still a bit iffy for me because preschoolers still don't understand that Ryan is promoting his products because his parents will make money off them buying it.
This video features Ryan's World toys that Ryan helped create.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
I guess at least they're following the law, sort of. I don't know anymore. But if you haven't noticed already, Ryan is getting older and much older. When they started this channel, Ryan was only 3 years old. Fast forward to 2021 and Ryan will be turning 10 this year. Eventually Ryan is going to have to stop playing with toys. He's already a bit overdue considering the average age for children to stop playing with toys is 7. This is where I think it's a little unfair what his parents are doing to him, forcing him to play with children's toys when really it's not what he wants to do. We only see on that channel what Ryan's mum wants us to see, but there's a few TV interviews where you can get a glimpse of what Ryan really wants.
Or what's your favorite toy right now?
That's very hard.
More of a favorite video games now, huh?
Yeah. I guess my favorite toy probably Roblox. It's very hard. Roblox.
It's like a video game on iPad?
Yeah.
And let's be frank, he would rather be playing with video games than with children's toys. And you can see he's kind of being pushed in the direction that his parents want him to be in. At one point he wanted to be a game designer, but then over time that becomes comedian.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a game developer.
Yeah, Ryan eventually wanted to be a comedian, like a professional comedian in the future. So we thought it would be a good experience for him to really experience the filming experience at the TV crew.
I just think the parents need to stop forcing Ryan to do what they want and let him follow his own path. I think it's going to lead to some heavy resentment down the line like most child stars. Especially considering it was Ryan's fortune that has purchased the family about 4 different mansions in the last 3 years. Haven't they milked him enough? And I just hope he gets access to this money when he's 18, and hopefully there's a lot of it still there, instead of affording the parents to have a lifestyle that they've clearly desperately wanted for some time now. I've also seen some speculation online that his parents only had the twins to eventually phase Ryan out when he's too old and replace him. And if that's true, that is truly sick. But I do say that this is speculation, as I have about 50 cents in my bank account. I really can't afford a lawsuit, so you can draw your own conclusions on that one. At the end of the day, family channels including Ryan Toys Review barely scrape the mark of legality, constantly violating child labour laws by exploiting their own children for every shred of YouTube AdSense earnings possible. Sharing some of the most private moments in everyday life that really, a few years down the line, isn't going to be fun to look back on and watch. Are we really jealous of kids like Ryan? I know I'm not.